This is somebody that is causing you to try to miss out on some type of opportunity. Didn't I just say that this bitch was trying to get you to stop some type of opportunity that's coming towards you? Once again, this bitch
hopefully at first
not stand to see you win, whoever this person is. And they've been doing
Carrie, hopefully it like busted the haters' eardrums. Hopefully it sent like some kind of like frequency into their ears that made them like normal or something. You know what I mean? Through listening to Cardi B. Or I'm sorry, Nicki Minaj.
for a year, over a year for some of y'all. Yeah.
Are you going to stay here until the end of time? I better make.
Yeah. This person has or been sending you some energy of she wants you to get out in some type of impulse of rage, okay? Like impulse of rage or anger. She wants you to act out. She wants you to get hostile, okay? She wants you to have some type of blowout or fights or be in a violent situation. She's trying to get you to mirror her energy. This bitch could have even been doing some type of mirror magic. You got a bitch obsessed. Okay,
you think?
Obsessed, baby. This is some weird ass energy what I'm reading today. Like everybody else's energy was on that, you know what I'm saying? What have you, but this right here, like this coming out clear than a motherfucker. Like what? Like direct message for somebody because honey, there is a chick that has been doing some type of magic on you for a year, over a year. She's trying to keep that shit a secret. This bitch wants to be you. Simple, plain, like that. She want to be you. Okay? Ugh. Yeah, this is a person spot on you on her daily fucking routine. This bitch stays on your ass all day, every day. On top of the hour. 24/8, 24/9 energy, okay? This bitch don't even get no sleep because she thinking about you. Or do whatever, put it where it is, okay? What? This is so weird. Ugh,
it is weird.
Ugh.
Let me start off by saying ain't nobody fucking thinking of Ziggy 24 hours a day. She's a thief. That'll come out eventually. But I want to show you how she mind fucks people. Okay? She gets on here and she uses these psychics to make her followers believe what they're saying. It's a tactic to try to persuade people to follow her, and it's cult-like. It's extremely cult-like. And there's a problem with that. You can't go around playing mind games with people. You know what I mean? Like, hold on, let me grab some water. It's a way to lure people in and try to make them believe her. That there's an agenda, that somebody's stealing Ziggy's shine. Listen, girl, don't nobody want your shine. You can keep it. If you want stolen, dirty money, you can have it. If you want Fred Hill, you can have it. That's dirty ass shit, right? But we'll listen to you. Maybe we'll have a couple laughs.
Ugh,
I know, you think?
Okay, this person is
You're telling me.
energy of unexplained body pains and welts on your body. So if you're waking up in the morning and you got this unexplained scratches or some shit like that on your body, it's because of this bitch, okay? Or you got some type of bruise, or you feel like your fingers is twisting up, your leg is hurting and shit. Like, why? What's up with this bitch there? Why is she so obsessed with my Pisces, okay?
Why
Man,
are you
this is
so
somebody that's
obsessed
afraid to
with
love
me?
someone else. Okay, because she been burned. Maybe she been burned by somebody. Maybe her for some of y'all, she's somebody got a STD. I got that in Virgo reading. Somebody got an STD. Okay. She's burning. Some of y'all it doesn't have anything to do with you. Okay.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, I can't make it up. Root work. This bitch doing root work. She doing root work. Hold on, y'all. One sec. Yeah. This is somebody that's controlling. This person wants to be right all
Highway
the time. This
to
person is
the
possessive over
danger
your
zone.
okay, she couldn't be jealous over a lover. Yeah. Mm. Wow. I am like, wow, speechless. You dealing with a crazy motherfucker.
You think?
I'm hearing the bitch want to be in the skin. Like,
Listen, girl, anybody that could sit in that mess right there, put your food on it, be psychic 1 minute, a crafter the next minute, with all them bots coming up on your channel, there ain't nobody crazier than Ziggy. Promise.
she want to be in the skin. All right. She want to be you so bad. All right.
Who wants to wear Ziggy's skin? Anybody? She has to repeat someone else and still can't. You know what I found the other day, Mishu? I clicked on one of them psychic things, right? And they were repeating exactly what Ziggy says. She watches them and then she comes on and she repeats other people's readings. I'll show you guys that one day. Very manipulative. She likes doing that. She copies them. She says what they say.
Yeah, Nine of Pentacles. Yeah, Ten of Pentacles. Yeah, I'm telling you. Yeah, we got here the King of Swords. Maybe this has to do with a King of Swords energy, Aquarius, my Libra masculine. Okay, maybe because people like no, the ships is not coming in with this man. Yeah, Five of Swords. Okay, this person has stole something from her, or I don't know, or she was working with this man to steal something from you. Your generational wealth, blessings, your abundance. Okay, your peace of mind, everything is bitch. Yeah, your work. She was trying to.
So Ziggy thinks she has blessings coming. She must be getting ready to solve Summer's case, huh? Freaking insanity.
In your job. She could be working with this King of Swords. Mm.
But we're going to show these people insanity. People's working with the King of Swords. So is this about 6 up? Me? Who's this about? Cursed?
Guess what? Like I said, the Most High is about to give you everything that these bitches try to take from you. They're about to give you everything that they try to take from you. Okay? The Most High, like I said, been watching and you know, saying and listening and see. People don't be thinking, people thinking they be getting away with shit. That be like bewildering me. Like, how the fuck, and you don't think there's a higher power watching you stupid asses, okay? Like, they don't even think that. They don't even think that. They think they are almighty, okay? Because they're part of some little cult. Get the fuck out of here. Okay, we got here the Seven of Cups. Yeah.
Let's see. We're gonna try this.
Yeah. Ace of Wands of your creativity. The Nine of Cups. You feeling fulfilled. Yup, Empress, period. You feeling fulfilled, baby. Okay? Yeah, that's why they mad.
Damn it, was I muted that whole time? I said we're reading Ziggy's cards. I have a deck of tarot cards here. And the first card I pulled out is actually Ziggy's card, the High Priestess. She says this is her. So that's perfect, right? The second card, the King of Pentacles, and it was upside down. And what this is a dog sucking Fred's dick. You see it? He's beating his meat and giving it to the dog in front of Ziggy. And she's sad. She's so sad about it. Okay, hold on. Next card. Oh, the Page of Pentacles. Look. That's the girl trying to steal her money. And she is using this lady to hold the fortune while Fred beats his dick. And she's sad because somebody's stealing her money. Hold on. Oh, the Horizon. Upside down. She gonna get it. She gets a big payout. Fred, all of it. Nice jail time. Hey, and you know what else I want to talk about, guys? Hold on. How many cards? We're going to do, what is it? What's her favorite number? 11? We'll do 11. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, the Empress. Her and Fred are going to have lots of babies. It's going to be like the clown car. Like Candace. They're going to catch up to Candace. I promise. While Fred beats his dick with the dog. Actually, the babies are going to be the dog's babies. Because Fred gave Ziggy to the dog. Yeah. I think that makes sense, huh? What's the next one? Oh, heartbreak, upside down. I bet the babies are going to come out black. They're not even going to be Fred's. Because she buys green card marriages. And that's going to be the heartbreak. Fred's going to be so upset because they came out as mutts. Dogs. Hey, take her out of here while I'm live. Thank you. Oh, a death and a rebirth. She's going to die and then she's going to come back to life and she's going to collect her baby puppies and all of her money with the psychics and their network. And it's going to make her happy because then she'll be able to do a doggy style with the puppies. And they'll come out all kinds of colors, right? Oh, the 7 of Cups. Fred's going to put his semen in the cups so the dogs can drink it. Yeah. Oh, the Fool. We'll end it there. How many cards is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We can do an 8-card spread. The Fool. Ziggy, you ain't fooling no one. Please quit trying to play games with me. We're done. And now that I did your reading, well, you do readings for people, I'm going to move on to Polly Bernard. Y'all ready? What do y'all think about Polly? I'm not muted. Can you hear me? Motherfuckers. Are you able to hear me? Perfect timing. Okay. Now we're going to go to Canva. And I'm going to tell you guys a little story. You ready? So years ago, there was a family that lived up the street. And they were extremely close with us. Carl, we've talked about him. Both of the parents have passed away. Extremely sad. Sad situation. But before they passed away, hold on, I don't want to do this with my daughter in the room. Can you get out for a minute, please? Love you. Okay. Before they passed away, and when Carl had the kids, my daughter had a tablet. I'm not perfect at checking tablets. I wasn't then. Okay, never mind. My daughter don't want me to tell the story, although I think it's important to Summer's case. I'm telling it anyway. Little girl up the street, Carl's daughter, had come down to my house and showed my daughter an app. I didn't know about it. I'm walking past her room one day and she has this app downloaded on her tablet. And I hear a man. Now, my daughter, I don't think got naked yet. She was starting to. But I hear a man that looks a lot like that. Well, I'm not going to say what he looks like yet. I hear a man on the other side of the tablet telling my daughter to take her clothes off. Yeah. Thank God I walked in when I did. And I called the police and I gave them the tablet. Now, I was looking at a picture of George Bernard last night and remembering the face of the man that was on my daughter's tablet. So after I get some sleep, because I hadn't slept last night, I'm going to call the police station and find out what happened to that tablet, because then I'm going to call the FBI and ask them to go get the tablet and tell them that they never did nothing about it. They never searched for the guy. They never returned the tablet. Nothing. And I would really like to see this guy's picture again. So you guys just hang on, because I'm going to grab this tablet some way or another. If I have to find a way to get an attorney to do one, I will. And we're going to have it examined. And then I'm going to press charges on the Pittsburgh police for not searching for the man that tried to get my daughter to take her clothes off online. That's a promise. I'm going to pound the fuck out of it. I'm even going to call WPXI later and tell them that they did not do their job and that my daughter was a victim of a pervert. And I would like to know what the Pittsburgh police are doing about that, because it seems they're allowing things like this to go on. I've heard other cases of it, just like it. So I think it's important. Guys, the most important thing is I, even with my grandkids, have to get a little more responsible when it comes to parental controls and things like that on the tablets and computers, because it is scary. And I should think back to that and know that. And I catch my granddaughter all the time, like watching videos she shouldn't be watching online. I stop her when I hear it, but she's not always in my sight. Now, the problem with the kids' YouTube is my granddaughter knows how to jailbreak that shit. You know what I mean? I don't know how. So there has to be a way for them to make the parental settings a little more complicated as well, don't you think? Because the internet can definitely be manipulated. And you're watching that right here with Ziggy, as she manipulates people with the psychic abilities. Now, I think it's important that we really, really, really start focusing on Andy's family. Reason being, they were on the hill on the 14th. The fight that occurred with Jackie Dobbs really, yeah, it was with Andy and Jody Sue, but it really started with Polly and Uncle John. So they have a reason. They were just as angry. So they have reason and motive in Summer's case. They didn't want the guy on the land as much as Jody Sue and Andy didn't want the guy on the land, and they don't live there. Like, they're never there. We hear they rarely visit. Why on the 14th do you show up? I'm telling you, that guy I seen on my daughter's tablet, thinking back to it, the moles, the red hair, all of it, he looked just like George Bernard. Because I remember even like picking the tablet up and him going, oh shit, and me going, what the fuck? And looking at, he was a gross, ugly, fat, weird motherfucker, like beating his dick as he was trying to get my daughter to take his clothes off, to her clothes off. I'm going to do everything I can in my power today to get that tablet, because I truly believe that it might have been Shrek. That's the real Shrek. I will have to catch up on replay. So I'm going to let you guys know that I'm going to start digging in to Polly and George really fucking deep. Like, we're going to go all out. Doxing and all. I don't think they'll call the police. If they did, if they wanted to take me to court and sue me, they would have to prove that they're innocent. Now, another subject. The other day, I shared some information about Six Up. I had found out that she was a neighbor of mine when I was a kid. I implore you people, for many, many reasons. I have it on word of a little birdie that there was a possible connection to some people here in Pittsburgh that could have possibly been in Tennessee around the time Summer went missing. I don't know that for truth, and I'm not going to give names. However, I'm going to dig and find out if they were. I don't want to just come out here and say names without no proof. It has to be proven. But they are from my community, where all of the, well, not my community. It actually would be Six Up's community. I lived by her for maybe 2 years. I lived across the bridge in Glassport prior to that. And her neighborhood, her street, my old street, had some really creepy motherfuckers on there. Like, there used to be this dude, Brian Ketterman, that hung out at her house. And he was a fucking creep, like constantly groping people and always touching on little kids and looking at little kids. Pretty bad. And the girl, Michelle, that lived there, they didn't have no problems going and beating people up that were older than them. They would go get people drunk and beat the shit out of them, like my mom. Right, Six Up? Isn't that what you've done? With Michelle, Laura. Remember that? Yeah, I owe you for that, bitch. So we're going to go there because I'm going to be just as obsessed with you as you have been with Ziggy. That's a promise. We're going to start really, really digging into Polly and George. And I'm also going to go and find out if there's truth to this couple of people. It was 2 people from here in Carrick, actually, that could have been up on Ben Hill Road. Thank you, Hot Tamale. I just think it's really important. I mean, we got all these lawsuits, and there has to be, why would they go fight for their land? Like that, for land they don't even live on or even act like now that they care about. Everybody's abandoned it. They left with like no problems. We hear Fred say things like, dude would answer the door naked and they walked around their house naked. I mean, I really think that these two people have not been picked apart. And I think it's important that we do, because the fact that they were on Hill on the 14th, when some people say Summer did go missing, even though we don't know if there's truth to that, I think we should look into the people that were there on the 14th as well. What do you guys think? Oh, I ain't going nowhere hot tomorrow. I ain't got no reason to go nowhere. You see, because the FBI and feds are going to see everything really soon. Just because of manipulation games that these people play. They think it's cute. So, what do y'all want to talk about now? I covered everything I wanted to cover for today. Y'all see anything interesting? Man, my algorithm's been a mess. I don't know who's watching all this shit, but they sure as fuck ain't fucking watching no lives. Has it been boring? Nobody really been on? What's Prayer Garden been up to? Hi, John Davis. Y'all want to go watch Prayer Garden? Oh, Andy had a vision. Dream of summer at the cemetery. Yeah, let's listen to this.
And they had a down in. So this tells me that they were very coherent about, what's going on in the cemeteries around there in order to know this.
So I have a question. We know that there was a funeral the day prior to Summer or after. It was after the Saturday after Summer had gone missing, right? I would like to know how that came about. Like, do we have proof that there was a grave opened? Do we know who was at the cemetery that day? I'm going to look at the obituary, because maybe it would be important to reach out to the people and see if they seen anything strange after Summer had gone missing. Because I think those people would be just as important if there's cleanup or something. I mean, just to confirm that there was this opening of a grave, because it really fucking bothers me horribly that Andy goes back and forth with he's seen Summer's dead body, and then, well, it was a dream, and then Jody says the daughter walked in on it while they were fighting and arguing about it. I mean, that's a problem. Why would you fight over a dream? It was that intense. You wouldn't get up and hold your partner, or, wow, that scared you. Do you have anxiety because Summer went missing? Andy, let me ask you, if it was only a dream, what was causing that anxiety to have that dream? Did you do something? Did you maybe help your parents? It's a thought. Uncle John? We're going deep, buddy. Yeah, like, who was the grave digger? You hear Ellie Mae, Fred's sister, say that Chad had to put the dirt on the parents' casket. I don't think the prints were found on Fred's property. I think it was just sent. Now, the prints were found on the Gorley's property and on the property behind. And we don't know that fact. That's rumored, but that's what's being rumored that's going around, that there was prints on the Gorleys. Now you think about that, the prints aimed for Fred's house, right? So was Fred helping them? And then you got this story about Candace and Dawn being in the woods on Light Holler Road. Hi, Shauna. Well, what I was told was that it was the cadaver dogs hit all the way up the driveway and behind Fred's truck. That's what I've heard Fred say. Other people might have seen that there was a footprint there. I didn't hear that there was one on Fred's. I heard like Cam had come out and said that there were 2 on Beach Creek, one behind the house of the property that the Wells sold to that other John. I think his name was John. And then one on the Gorleys. And it doesn't make sense to me that they would be in all 3 of those spots because it doesn't match. Like, where the hell were they going? From Candace's to Fred's to through the woods and across the road? I mean, it makes sense, but where would they have gone? You know what I mean? And it would have had to been like Candace took Summer to Fred's and Fred took her across the road and across Beach Creek in order for them footprints to match up. That's why I don't think that all of the footprints belong to Summer. There's no way they possibly could have. They don't match. Which way were they going? You know what I mean? I still think Fred and Ziggy are extremely guilty. That's my opinion. And helping. But I got a couple new theories that I want to start going over with you guys. What do you think? Time to move on to some new people? People that really hasn't been that much looked into. We hear John had a disabled child, but has there ever been any proof of that? Or was that a way for Jody and Andy to keep people away from that? And even if he did, like, other people have disabled children. Doesn't mean because you have a disabled children that you're not guilty of harming somebody. That's like saying an addict that just took a whole bunch of meth, all fucked up in the head. It's okay that they go out and murder someone, right? It's the same. Just doesn't make sense. But all right, let's listen to Prayer Garden.
Right? And so they knew. They must have knew, before Summer come up missing. If they knew, that there was a freshly dug grave over there at the cemetery on June 15, 2021, then, they had to know before she came up missing that this hole's over there dug. Man, it just seemed like everything was perfect timing. Like, it just seems like everything was perfect timing, right? That I'm not understanding.
Truth, I don't think that Cotton had anything to do with Summer. I'm just going to lay it out there. His name didn't come up till years and years later. It was after Fred had said something to Ziggy on that chirrup that Laura wishes Fred never would have said. Right? I don't know, Sue. I can't say that I know what happened to Summer. None of us do. I have many theories. Many. I would say my top theory would be trafficking. My second theory, and a lot of people aren't going to like this, but accident with the son. I feel like she could have been riding on the back of a motorcycle. Laura said in one of her interviews with Ziggy that, hold on, what was we talking about? Oh, she didn't like that Fred spoke on a chirrup to Ziggy about something. He was writing from somebody else's chirrup, and Laura had stated, oh, I don't like that he did. I don't know why he's doing that. And then accused people of calling them snitches. I never heard of a Randy Trent. Never in my life. What does Six Up know about Trent? I'm telling you guys, you should look into her friends. They do some really weird things, and I have it on the low from that person in jail that Six Up was doing setups on her husband, and that included my siblings' children. I don't know that for sure. I'm waiting for charges to be pressed and see what happens. I just know what some people in the neighborhood told me, that it's a possibility, but I can't say it's fact. I've been trying to get in touch with my sister, but they don't answer phones. I have no clue. I don't know any Trents. I mean, I know of Clyda Trent and Carly Trent and like their family, but I don't know. I never really looked into. Man, whatever. You want to be an internet panhandler, you go ahead and do that. They can launder or do whatever it is they want. Fact remains that my father's companies are still running without him. And there's ties and connections to up here in Pittsburgh and down there in Rogersville and Miami between all of them. I never seen that. I don't know what picture you're talking about, Terry. At the church? That guy she was uncomfortable with at the church? That's the thing about Six Up's friends. The one I told you guys when I came live last time, he was like involved in the church and he was touching the kids at the church. That's like a thing that happens quite often. Oh, well, maybe you could put it on a community wall or something, Terry. I'd love to see it. Is it the one in the church? Is that the one you're talking about? I remember that one. All right, you guys want to listen to PG some more? Let's listen to Kathy Malseed.
Yeah, I'm trying to move. I can't wait. Yeah, I agree. I agree, Karen. They need to stop playing the games. But, Andy said some really strange things. So I'm just going to,
I
get
agree.
into what's been going on. This is some of Andy's comments here. He's talking about Don Wells and how, when Don took that trip up to.
Speaking of hacks, I've had some weird shit going on with my computer. I think that when my husband gets paid Thursday, I'm going to make him go with me out to Best Buy and we're going to get my computer examined. I think it's worth it. Go get Geek Squad or something. I was actually even thinking about packaging it up and sending it straight to the TBI so that they could see how many devices have logged into my computer, because I went into my husband's phone yesterday and his phone said that 18 devices were logged into my computer. I don't know how. I don't have 18 phone devices. So I'm really thinking about just packaging my whole computer up and just sending it to the TBI and buying a new one. What do you think? I should? It would have everybody's IP address in it, right? I think it's a fantastic idea. Just because all the games, like they've been playing with my messenger and stopping me from clicking on things and all kinds of stuff. I think it's important that they find out who's hacking people in the Summer Wells case, because any single one of them people could be responsible for Summer going missing. Trust no one. Just saying. That's what YouTube land is. It's a game of don't trust a motherfucker.
Utah with his son that, he felt it was to get, well, they know what it was to get away from, right? They know what it was to get away from. It was to get away from, Allison's mother, because Allison's mother had been making accusations. Something didn't go down right, and she was making accusations. There are more than one cemetery. Absolutely. There's quite a few. There's the Light Cemetery, the freaking Morrison Cemetery up there. There's like all these families have the Smith Cemetery, right? They got a lot of different cemeteries right there around there. Absolutely, they do. He's right about that. On dogs, he's talking about the dogs. You know how dogs mess up. Dogs don't always, catch on, to the smell. Like, take for instance the Megan Boswell case, right? The Megan Boswell case, you have the search dogs were up there, right? They had the search dogs, they had cadaver dogs, they brought them in, and Megan's right there in a dollhouse, right? She's right there inside of some dollhouse, an old dollhouse, and a trash can, and they didn't pick up on it. They didn't, they didn't smell nothing. They didn't, catch that at all. So, just and other times they brought in, search dogs and cadaver dogs, and they don't find nothing. Matter of fact, there was one case where the person was, right outside the place and like maybe 20 feet into the wooded area, like 20 feet away in a wooded area. And
So I'm having problems logging into my Discord. What I'm going to do is send it to my email. Let me try that. You see the games that goes on my computer? This is everything. Who's scared to get in a car?
Oh, Layla's getting on. Bailey's picking her up, and Angie and Bailey are in the car.
Oh, yeah, I'd be scared too.
No, they're picking up Arnie. They're picking up the one Bailey. Because I picked her up from school this morning.
Hold on, guys.
I'm sitting right up. I'm gonna walk over with this camera.
on TikTok shop. I think it's like 80.
For what?
Let me see. It's a Dyson ripoff, but it's supposedly better than the Dyson.
Okay, this is my one and only Discord. As you see, I do just AI stuff, and I've never really fucking used it because I don't understand it. So if you guys ever see Discord messages from me, they're not mine. You have to link your Wombo, and I don't even know how to do it. So just so you all know, I have no other Discords. Y'all want me to click anywhere? Anybody want to see my shit? Do I even have it on? No. Yeah, I do. Where should I click? Y'all want to teach me how to use Discord? That would be nice if somebody could teach me how to use Discord. Okay. Oops.
The Haber dogs didn't find it. Somebody happened to stumble upon it, one day, and there it was. And so I understand what Andy's talking about here. Discovering after we had been gone a while, Andy is, there's an open grave the day, I'm pretty sure, because funeral day after, right?
A1, you're not being a problem, but I do have a bone to pick with you. I hate when you do that when you come to my chat. Every time you come into my chat, you come in here and act like somebody had a problem with you. If you think we're having a problem, I'll tell you where you can go. Peace. Okay, back to PG.
Yeah, that was June 15th, 2021. These people know everything. They're very, coherent to what's going on around them, because that's how people like this are, right?
The reason I really think Fred is guilty is because the amount of manipulation that goes on YouTube and the brainwashing and the trying to push a narrative to somebody that it isn't. I don't think if this is a trafficking situation that he did it alone. I think him and Andy are quite close. I mean, they're cousins, right?
I mean, what I'm saying is, I'm not saying that, normal people are coherent, as in, listening for noises and this and that. I mean, everybody's pretty much coherent, as in, listening for different sounds and stuff to, to stay safe. The typical average human being out there listens, for noises, the bumps in the night, and one thing and another. um they use their, all the senses that God gave them to, you know to hear, to smell, to touch, all the things to keep themselves safe. But when you're, you know when you're in the field, of evilness, the way, Ben Hill Road was, a lot of the people up in Ben Hill Road, when you're in the field of that type of evilness.
I don't know who the Trent guy is, so I can't comment on it. So can we try to keep him out of my chat for now till I research him? I don't like new names. Nothing against nobody. I just don't like new names in my chat that I haven't looked into because that starts rumors, and I don't want the rumors to start on my channel. So I'll have to delete your comments if you mention him again. Sorry.
You are like, you are way more sensitive to everything. What I'm saying is, you know, when you're a criminal minded human being, an evil human being, um, your senses don't ever shut off. Like you're always freaking paranoid. You're always listening, watching, seeing everything because you have to. I mean, you're on edge all the time. You're always on edge. The only time you really get a break is when you go on vacation, right? When you go on a vacation, you have to go somewhere in order to, you know, feel normal for a while. And you know, it's like a freaking respite, right? It's a respite. You might fly into Florida, or you might fly into California, or you may fly in somewhere and spend a week or two, to wind down and, you know, pull yourself back together. And then, you gotta get a break. Then you fly back and, you know, you spend a few more months of on edge again, and you might fly back out. You know, this is how these people live. Sometimes people as bad as, the people up inside of Ben Hill Road, sometimes, they just go and they'll just go get a room for no reason because they just need to get some sleep. Because,
Where is Prayer Garden getting that they were in Florida? I just looked up. Somebody had mentioned that to me before, that Polly and George had lived in Florida, but I can't find anything. I actually just paid for Ben Verified. Let's try that. Let's see if we can fact check that. What do you think? Hold on, guys. All right, guys. Hold. All right, sorry. Okay, Polly Bernard. Right here. Oh, look, what do we see? A stone? You gotta be kidding me. Oh, yeah, that's right. That's Andy's wife. I guess she's on there now, right? Like, really, really on there. All right, we see Lone Star Road. Michigan, New York, and Tennessee, right? No Florida. However, Michigan's interesting. Relatives. All these Georges, Becca, Jody Sue. and then neighbors. But nothing about Florida. So if you guys hear that, we can confirm that that's not true. But let's go on to hear what Prayer Garden has to say about it.
Because of all the evilness they do. And that's pretty much what was going on.
Well, Prayer Garden, I really honestly believe that you're an old neighbor of mine. So I would like you to show your face because it's evil to be on here without your face being shown. It's evil to cover children's cases while hiding yourself because I think that you could possibly have something to do with this weird church shit too. Because there is some strange shit going on in churches with people touchy-feely, and you got all that church and religion stuff, and you got Dawn coming out here talking about the resurrection. Hey, you didn't go to the Assembly of God in Glassport, did you? Would you happen to know Dawn Muscani and Brian Ketterman? Maybe you should talk about them. Why don't you tell the people how you helped Six Up set up images of my sister's children to be put online? That would be fantastic. With Beth, like, oh, we're on a fucking roll.
Up there in Ben Hill Road, all these people were on some kind of high alert when they shouldn't have been on any alerts at all, because they live in a secluded place where everybody knows everybody, and they shouldn't have been worried about nothing, but they all was. And they were mostly worried about one another because they knew how evil each other were.
But Prayer Garden, you seem an awful lot worried about the people of Ben Hill. As if you've been playing with them in some kind of, what does Jody call it, a sandbox? You seem extremely concerned about the people of Ben Hill. And maybe them outing you or somebody online outing you to the point that you won't even show your face. You haven't even denied that you aren't who I said you are. I would like to see some proof of that evil lady, probably from a church that has lots of baby touchers, in my opinion. But we'll see. You touching babies, Prayer Garden. I really think religion is creepy. I feel like churches are a cult. Every church. I feel like if God loves you, that you could sit in your home and you can pray to God that you don't got to go give churches money and have to be worried about somebody from the church harming you or your children, or much like YouTube, brainwashing you to believe their religion. A lot of churches become cults. Look at Lori Vallow.
Right? It wasn't outsiders they was worried about. It's the inside that they was worried about. And I can't say I blame them. I can't say I blame them. I mean, I wouldn't want to lay down and sleep around them, right? Absolutely not. And yeah.
Isn't that strange? I don't hear anybody else call him Donald neither. Why is she so comfortable to call him by his whole name? Fucking weird.
Yeah, Fishing Hook satellite pictures was gone through, like, everybody was checking those. Everybody was onto all of that at the beginning of Summer's case. Absolutely.
I just, in my opinion, I find Prayer Garden extremely creepy with the church shit. She overdoes it. Like everybody's going to hell, and if they don't listen to what she says, she manipulates people too. She'll have you believing you're going to hell for doing the simplest of things. Everything's a sin. However, she sits over there and sins while she's telling you that. You hear her lighting up her cigarettes and her weed, and you hear her, dude, she has an obsession with sex, an obsession with church. It's creepy to me. Don't worry about who's calling. All right, hold on.
And that nothing, nobody got nothing. Somebody made something up, and it all turned out to be BS. Yes, yes, I do. Yes, absolutely. Matter of fact, I know that the video of Summer on the Milk Jug was taken on June 15th, 2021. That's a fact. That is a fact. No doubt. Absolutely. Hey, Deputy Sheriff, good to see you. God bless. But yeah, that video was absolutely done on June 15th,
Guys.
2021. And so
Listen, I've been dealing with some shit at home with my husband. He's been really emotionally abusive to me.
You're not emotionally
the
abusive.
last few days, so I'm sorry. He's screaming at me right now.
I am not screaming at you. I'm telling you that you need help.
So I'm going to end my live. You guys have a good night. I'll see you later. Bye.